Hi, my name is Daniel Sanchez, Unity Certified Instructor, and in this video you will learn how to set up Diversion, a version control system within your Unity workflow. Unity isn't just code, it's also scenes, prefab, materials, textures, audio, and many other files that are constantly changing. That's why version control is key, even if you're working alone, because it gives you a history, a starting point for experimentation, and allows you to revert to a stable state when something breaks. Diversion is a version control tool designed to simplify and speed up your workflow, especially for creative projects. The goal is always the same: to maintain a clear history, collaborate with others, and securely integrate changes. But how do you start using Diversion? Simply log in this case with Google, or register here if you don't have an account. Next, we hover over the blue download button for the desktop application and select the download, in this case for the Windows installer. We're going to create a new repository. This is done using the blue button that says New Repository. We select Create New Repository. And in my case, since I'm working from an existing Unity project, I'm going to select Create from an existing folder. In my case, it will be the game for the Global Game Jam 2026. We proceed to give it a name, in this case, Global Game Jam 2026, and click the Create button. At this point, we see that a new repository is created and some files begin to synchronize. The files I already have in my Unity project. We need to wait a bit for everything to synchronize, and then we'll see our project already created. If we select it, we'll see that there's already an initial commit, which marks the creation of this new repository on our computer. If you have some development experience, you'll have realized that we need a file that allows us to tell the system not to track it. This file is called ignore. In Unity, this is critical because there are folders and files that are automatically generated, such as library, temporary files, logs. If we upload all of this to the repository, we'll end up loading the project, creating clutter and causing unnecessary problems. Diversion automatically creates an ignore file, suitable for Unity and other engines, making integration much more straightforward. We connect our project and we are already ignoring what we should ignore in our repository. Now we work from Unity. To do this, go to the Diversion website, click on Products, Download for Unity, click on Download the plugin, and then on Get it here. Wait for it to download, and then go to your Unity editor. In the editor, click on Window, Package Management, Package Manager, and then on the plus button. Click on Install Package from Tarball, select the file, and wait for it to install. To ensure Diversion is installed in our system, click File, Project Settings, Version Control, and select Diversion. Then click Diversion again. And the first thing to do is verify that its status is set to Connected. You can only see the branch you're working on and a small workspace identifier. If we click on Open Diversion window, a new window will appear. This window will display all the changes we've made to the project. In this case, I'm going to select them all because it's an existing project. I'll give this commit a name that reflects all the changes we've made, and then we'll click commit. We verified that the changes were indeed reflected in the diversion client, and thanks to the automatic synchronization, we know that these changes were uploaded directly to the cloud. Now, one of the most powerful tools we have in Diversion called softlock. For example, if I take a minor change, say to the camera, a small adjustment, I save it, click on Window, then Diversion, and verify that the changes I've made are indeed there. Now comes the powerful part of softlock in Diversion. Without even having to upload these changes on my other device, I can already see these files being marked with a purple icon. This basically indicates that someone else is working in someone. This basically indicates that someone else on my team is modifying them. In this case, it wasn't a scene. Since a scene is a file, I can see that someone else is using it, which allows me to have a better workflow with my teammates when we are coordinating the files we're using and the changes we're going to upload. Softlock gives us an early alert so we can coordinate with our team. These markings are very useful, especially when working with many files. As we have already noticed, whenever we modify a file, it will appear in orange. Even within Unity, this file, in this case an scene, will be shown with an orange circle or square indicating modification. This also happens in diversion clients. If we proceed by opening a file that's being modified by someone else, we'll encounter a warning. This alert tells us that there's a potential conflict, shows us the file name, and asks if we want to open it anyway or cancel the operation. Since we're often experimenting and don't want to commit these changes, we can click Reset All. We'll also notice that we have a synchronized state. This state essentially allows us to commit our changes immediately and receive them on the devices of other team members. And that's it. Now you have Diversion running in Unity, a powerful tool that allows you to work with your teammates easily and